Hi, my name is Shay Bellas, and I'm the president of 19 Oaks Strategic Sales and Marketing. We've been in business for 12 years, helping businesses around the country with their sales and marketing efforts. You'll recognize many of our local clients in your community. They include Junior Achievement, Pratt Abbott, Agron Appliance, the Metro. My daughter Alexis graduated from Casco Bay High School last year and is now a social media manager at 19 Oaks, making us one of Maine's many family-owned businesses. So, fun fact about myself is that I owned Maine's first women's professional football team. We founded them in 2001 and I sold the team in 2004. They went on to be the Maine Mayhem and are still playing today. So, the purpose today of this deep dive session is to help you understand that money spent on marketing is an investment in the company that contributes to the company's profitability. So, where are some of the places that you all have seen or heard advertisements? So, web pages, ads when you're trying to play your game or watch a YouTube video. You might see influencers on social media like TikTok or Instagram. There might be sponsored products on web search results. So you search for something and the company has paid for high placement in advertising. You might see movie previews before another video that you're watching or movie that you're watching. For those of us that like to watch football and lots of sports, we definitely see our fair share of TV ads. If you listen to podcasts, a lot of sponsors will pay for advertising for podcasts. Not in Maine, luckily, but billboards in other states also qualify as ads. And then, of course, the old-fashioned ones like magazines and newspapers and radio and even a business card really is a form of advertising. So what's your view on ads? Are they positive? Do you like them? You really get into the fun of watching them? I know some people during the Super Bowl halftime, they really like watching those ads. Maybe it's negative. You hate them and you're like me and you mute them and don't even watch. Maybe I don't do that. Or you're neutral. You don't really care. So what I'd like you to do right now is take a pulse on what you feel. And at the end of this session, I want you to check back in with yourselves and decide, do you still feel the same way? And if so, why or why not? And then tonight, if you're bored and you want to chat with your family members or if you are chatting with friends on the phone, check in with them. What do they think of ads? And then talk to them about what you learned today and see if their opinions change. Most people express a very negative opinion about advertisements that they see, especially when the ad interrupts an article that they're reading or a video they're watching. So if we all hate ads, why are they still everywhere we look or listen? The answer is that consumers, which is what we are, need to know about a product before we can buy it. So a business may have the most amazing invention in the world, but if nobody knows about it, then the business can't sell it. Therefore, companies have to find a way to put their products in front of consumers, which is also called marketing their products. So how do businesses market and advertise their products to potential buyers and customers? Businesses often have a department known as the marketing and sales department. And that's what my company is for many of our clients. Or we work with the company's marketing and sales department to accomplish the goals that the company has. So the people who work in this department try to determine who buys the company's product or who might buy it if they learned more about it. Once the marketing department identifies the common characteristics among those potential buyers or personas, segments of customers, of their customers, then it conducts research to learn where the company should place advertisements so those people will see them. Then the company advertises in order to get the word out. So let's talk about the goal of marketing. Because the goal of marketing is to increase profits, the money spent on marketing is an investment. It's money spent now with the goal of an eventual return that is greater than the amount that was spent. So let's think about what that means. That means that if I'm spending $5 today in a Google ad, that means that the product I'm selling needs to be sold and earn me back more than that $5. So how does this happen? That's where the marketing matrix comes in, or the marketing mix of the 4 Ps. So those are product, price, place, and promotion. These are the key factors that are involved in marketing a product or a service. So let's dive in. What are the 4 Ps, and how are they meant to help marketers consider everything about a product or service when they're deciding how to market something for their business? So framing your marketing around the 4 Ps will help you to learn what the competition is doing. And it's also really important because it helps you understand what the customers want from you. If you watched my previous post on this, that was one of my big points, is talk to your customers and learn what they want and what they need. So you can use the 4 Ps to answer questions about the product, price, place, and promotion for your product or service. So what you want to ask yourself is, how does your product meet your customers' needs? Where are customers looking for your product? What is the value of your product? And how can you differentiate your product from your competitors? So thinking about your marketing in terms of the 4 Ps help you strategize so that you know how to reach your customers. So let's dive into the details. We'll start with product. When you think about your product, consider exactly what you're selling. Is it a specific product, or is it a service? Your product can be a physical product like an online app, or a service such as house cleaning. Really, anything that you're selling is the product. Then think of your brand messaging, the services you offer, and even the packaging. When you define your product, think about what problem your product solves for your customers, and consider how your product is different from competing products. What features are unique to your product? It's important to know your product intimately so that you know how to market it. That brings us to number 2, price. When it comes to price, you have to consider how much you're going to charge customers for your products or services. Of course, you need to make a profit, but you also need to think about what competitors are charging for the same product or service and how much customers are willing to pay. Additionally, you could think about what discounts or offers you can use in your marketing. When you decide on a price, you want to think about perception. Do you want to be known as a cost-effective option in your industry, or perhaps you're a luxury brand and the price is slightly higher than competition on the market? Either way, the language you use to market your product will be greatly impacted by the price of your product. That brings us to number 3, place. So when it comes to place, this might mean a physical location of your company, but it could also be defined as anywhere you sell your product, which nowadays, especially with COVID, might be online. The place is where you market and distribute your product. Remember that not every place makes sense for every product. For example, if your target market is seniors, then it won't make sense to market on TikTok. It's important to choose the right places to market your product and meet your customers where they are at. Think about possible distribution channels, what outlets you could sell your product, whether you're B2B, which means business to business, or B2C, which means a business to the consumer or customer. At this point, you'll need to think about how to market your product on all the various channels that make sense for your company. That brings us to number 4, promotion. Promotion is the bread and butter of marketing. This is when you'll think about how to publicize and advertise your product. Additionally, you'll discuss brand messaging, brand awareness, and how to generate leads and revenue. When it comes to promotion, keeping communication in mind is of the utmost importance. What messages will resonate with your target market? How can you best promote your product to them? Think about where, when, and how you'll promote your brand. To develop a marketing mix, you'll need to think about how you can uniquely position your brand amongst the competition. The most important part of thinking about your 4 Ps of marketing is to understand the customer, the competition, and your company. You'll evaluate your product and how to promote it. So even though marketing's changed since the 4 Ps were developed back in the late 60s, the fundamental elements of the industry haven't. You can apply the concepts of the marketing mix to any type of marketing. So now I'm briefly going to go through one of our clients and give you an example of how the 4 Ps apply to them. So you may have heard of Agron Appliance, but if you haven't, they are a appliance store that sells dishwashers and washing machine and dryers, stoves, range hoods. They also sell mattresses and some furniture. So for the product, by offering a wide variety of affordable and extremely high-end products, they're able to serve most customers in Maine. Price, because they offer a price match option, which means that if a competitor is offering it at a lower price, they'll match that. They never lose a customer based on place. So this is interesting. They actually choose to locate their stores next to the big box stores. And by big box stores, I mean Home Depot and Lowe's, the bigger chain stores. They've actually found a higher foot traffic of people that want to go with a local business, means a big buy local state, but also because they service their appliances and the bigger box stores don't tend to. So by buying from Agrin, you're guaranteeing that if something goes wrong, somebody will be there to fix it. The final P, promotion. So these guys, we are looking at email, TV, print flyers, banner ads. We do geo-targeting so that folks that are looking for a dishwasher, maybe on Google search on their laptop, but then are reading the New York Times on their phone, are going to see the same advertising. There's also social media and radio, because people don't always know when the stove's going to break down, right? And they need a new one. So Agrin has to be top of mind in all the places that the people are consuming their content. So your teacher is going to work with you more in depth with this, and you'll continue to explore marketing and the rest of the JA simulation. I hope something absolutely wonderful happens for you today. Bye-bye.